Star Trek Discovery actor explains controversial Klingons were an ancient sect of outcasts. Mary Kifo, who played Chancellor L'Rell, explains why Star Trek Discovery's controversial Klingons were different from the prior iterations of the warrior race. Star Trek Discovery's Klingons were widely disliked during seasons 1 and 2, as the prequel reinvented the Klingons' design to be bald, more alien, and animalistic, setting the stage for the Klingon War with the United Federation of Planets. By Star Trek Discovery Season 2, L'Rell had risen to become the Klingon Chancellor, and Discovery began slowly shifting the Klingons' look toward the more popular 24th century design. Mary Kifo joined Star Trek Enterprise's Dominic Keating and Connor Trinner on their new podcast, The Decon Chamber, for a far-ranging conversation about her career and role as L'Rell on Star Trek Discovery. Discussing the methodology she used to create the dialect specific to Star Trek Discovery's version of the Klingons, Kifo delved into the Klingons' and Rayleigh's backstory, which helps to explain why Discovery's Klingons were different. Read her quote and watch the Decon Chamber video below. In the way we were speaking the Klingon language, because we were speaking it more than any Klingon had in the past, we were really diving into also an untouched version of the language. Because at that point, timeline-wise, there was a moment in Enterprise, obviously the pilot, right? Where Enterprise met Klingons. But since then, the idea was that there had been no contact. Or throughout whatever y'all experienced on Enterprise, once you had your experience, then nothing until this point. I love the idea, particularly with T'Kuvma, that they were kind of this ancient sect of Klingon houses, and that we were also kind of the outcasts. For L'Rell, as is disclosed, I love a good expositional line. When I do start speaking English, I've captured Lorca, and I say, I'm descended from spices. That's why I know English really well. Laughs. But I did love that Houses Mokai, which is my mother's side of the family, is a Houses of Spies, is one of the few female-led Klingon houses, and I love that they were spies because, in a lot of ways, that was the way these women were able to function in this patriarchal Klingon society. Because the Klingon world is still much more patriarchal than the Utopian Federation.